Hey designers, and welcome back. We have an emergency guide to help you through the holidays, so you're going to want to stick around. 'Tis the season, fa la 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 la, and we are quickly rolling right into Christmas Day, and with that, I know, comes a lot of stress. So I'm going to take the next couple of minutes to give you 5 ways that can help you survive Christmas Day. Christmas can most definitely be a stressful time of year. It can be a wonderful time of year, the most wonderful time of the year, but it can also be a very stressful time of year. Let's just be honest. Right? Yeah, so we're rolling into Christmas Day where we're going to be gathering around with family and friends, and that can sometimes bring a little bit of anxiety. So let's talk about some ways that you can celebrate the big day and keep your sanity intact. First of all, let's talking about dealing with some of those hard to be around relatives. Some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. You have those family members that you either don't see all year long, you rarely see all year long, or you'd rather not see all year long. And some of them are going to be at some of your holiday gatherings. So how do you deal with it? You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, those people that just no matter what, they just rub you the wrong way. Just even hardly looking their direction rubs you the wrong way. So how are you going to deal with it? You're going to make up your mind ahead of time this time. You know it already. It is inevitable. They're going to do or say something that's just going to tick you right off. Going to really get up underneath those nerves of yours and just make you on edge. Well, you're going to decide this year not to let it. No matter what they say, no matter what they do, you are going to choose to ignore it. That's right. That's how you're going to make it through this year without all that stress and anxiety. You already know. Don't even think that it's going to be any different this year because you know it's just not going to be. So you're going to make up your mind ahead of time to be happy, to ignore everything they say, to ignore everything they do, to be kind and polite and loving, and just go on about your day, not giving them one single thought. It really is possible, and it's going to help you survive this Christmas. Some of you are trying to barely survive the holidays because you have some loved ones that you are missing, and that is extremely difficult. Trust me, I know, I've been there. I've lost people whom I love dearly as well. And it does make the holidays very, very challenging. And I'll tell you how I did it. I had to determine within myself that I was going to remember the people that I loved that was no longer with me. And I was going to dwell on some of the happy memories of Christmas past. That helped me get through it. Yeah, there still may be a few tears. And yeah, there's still going to be that sadness that is there because let's face it, we never truly fully get over the loss of someone that we love, but it is possible to still enjoy life while we're here because we know that's what those loved ones would want. They would want us to continue to enjoy every moment of the holiday season. So write down a few memories if you need to. Reminisce with them a little bit. Find someone who will let you talk about them. Shed a few of those happy tears as you reminisce and get that out in the open so that you can still keep that person with you as part of this year's celebration. Don't try to ignore it. Don't try to act that the loss didn't happen, and don't try to just forget about them. Include them in that kind of way, and trust me, it's going to help you survive this Christmas. Some of us have a hard time surviving through Christmas because of all the noise, the chaos, and the confusion that goes along with all the excitement. Some of you still have very young children, and that day can be super fast-paced, super chaotic, and leave you with quite a big mess at the end of the day. But you know what? It's one day out of the year. It's the day of the year that you look forward to all year long and that those kids of you look forward to. So this year, don't try to make sure that everything is perfect. Don't worry about how your house is looking. Don't worry about the mess of all the wrapping paper and the boxes at the end of the day. Instead, this year, focus a little bit differently. Enjoy every single minute with those kids. Relish in those little eyes as they light up. Enjoy every ooh and ah moment and every single thing that brings them to life on Christmas. Let it bring you to life this Christmas, and worry about the mess the next day. Trust me, you're going to be so glad that you did. You're going to be happier as a parent. Your children are going to enjoy it a whole lot more because they're not stressing about all of that, and that is one way you are sure to survive Christmas. Some of you are trying trying to survive Christmas this year in maybe some broken relationships. I know. Maybe you either have blended family situations going on. Maybe it's just that you have found yourself in the middle of a divorce, and so your kids aren't going to be with you this year because they're with your ex-husband or wife, and that can bring with it tremendous amounts of stress and anxiety. I know it can, and it can make the holidays miserable and seemingly unbearable. But here's the thing. Even if your kids may not be with you this holiday season, or maybe if your husband and wife are no longer with you because there's been a split that has happened this year, and this is the first year that you really feel like you're all alone, and you know what I'm talking about. You may have other people that's going to be surrounding you. You can have a million people in the room and still feel alone. What I want to encourage you to do is just pick another day throughout this holiday season where you're going to be able to carry on some of those same traditions with those kids of yours, where you're still going to be able to enjoy every single moment of that time, and that will make Christmas Day a little more bearable for you if they're not going to be with you. Don't dwell on the fact that it's Christmas Day and my kids aren't here. Instead, choose a different day to celebrate. In our family, we have to do that all the time because we have loved ones of ours who are in law enforcement and the medical profession, and different reasons why they're not able to be with us on the actual day of Christmas. So we just choose to celebrate a different day. If you change your mindset and change your focus, you can keep it positive and you can still enjoy all those memories with your kids. You can still have all the fun little traditions that you want to have. It just may be on a little bit different day of the year. And if you don't have kids, but this is your first Christmas without that spouse of yours because you've gone through the divorce and the separation, like I said previously about losing a loved one, divorce is a loss in and of itself. There's definitely some real grief. Allow yourself to feel that. Maybe think of some of the happy times of years gone by, but look forward to the future with great anticipation, because divorce doesn't have to mean that your life is over. There's still something great for you out there ahead. So change your focus this year. Find something positive to dwell on, and you're going to survive Christmas. And lastly, some of you are trying to survive Christmas because the bank is broke. I know, we're all there together, right? Some of us overextend those budgets during the holidays because we want to give everything to everybody and let them know how much that we love them, but that can add a lot of stress, and especially looking toward the week beyond Christmas when reality sets back in and there's all the bills to pay, and now you're all out of money. First of all, this video is coming to you a little bit too late to help you set up a budget guideline for the holidays. So let's just take it from the fact that maybe you've already overextended and now you're worried about not surviving and getting through. Let me tell you what, just go ahead and put one foot in front of the other and start over fresh even today. If you've already spent the limit, then stop. Don't buy anymore. Yes, I know there are still a few days before Christmas and the temptation is there, but stop. Don't buy another thing. Don't extend those credit cards and don't get overdrawn in that bank account. And if you already find yourself that you've done that, go ahead and take a deep breath. Realize maybe the mistake that you've made by overextending it this year, and determine within yourself that all unnecessary spending, especially throughout the month of January, you're just going to curb that and cut that out. You're not going to stop by the convenience store as much. You're not going to stop by and get that coffee on the go quite as many times this month. Instead, you're going to pocket all that change or those dollars, and you're going to set them aside to help get yourself caught up. I can guarantee you by about March, you should be back on track if you'll do this. It'll take a little bit of sacrifice, but sometimes that's what's necessary when we've overdone it. So just calm down, breathe deep. It's not the end of the world, and you will survive. You just got to make the determined effort to do so in the next couple of months. But doing it that way, trust me, you'll survive. And you're going to make it through, and you're going to have a different plan next year where you won't find yourself in the same place. And those are just a few of the tips that I have for you for surviving the holidays this year. I know Christmas really is the most wonderful time of the year. It is the most joyous, magical season of them all. There's just something in the air that just makes Christmas special, but it also can bring with it a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of sadness and grief even in different kinds of ways. And So we need a plan to be able to muddle through it and to be able to experience all the joy that the season can bring. So hopefully these little tips have helped you out. And on that note, I want to thank all of you so very much for watching. From the bottom of my heart, I want to wish you the very merriest of Christmases and the most blessed New Year ever. And I want to remind you as you head into 2018 to always remember that you were created for purpose. So get out there and be all you can be. Merry Christmas, and we'll see you soon.